Whoa. Yeah.
Good morning, A's fans and everyone watching. This is Jared Smith, play-by-play announcer for the Fresno Athletics. Here we are, game 4 of 6 of this week. Lots of baseball action coming at you, and the A's are feeling it right now. 3-0 on the week, 2 wins against Team Victory to start things out, and yesterday a win versus Valley Sports Academy. Here they are now starting a weekend series against TKB Collegiate. First time we'll see them this season. And boy, just a get me right week for the A's after a tough weekend last weekend up in Humboldt. Bats are coming alive, pitching is good, and they hope that that continues to be the case today. Just a quick sidebar, you can see by this camera angle right here, there was a bit of a equipment mix-up yesterday, so the adapter that I use for this camera we're viewing right now is at someone else's house, so we're not able to put it on top of the visiting dugout, but we're making the best out of the situation. We have it pointed towards first base so we can get a closer look at the action going to first base on a ground ball in the infield or pickoffs, what have you not. So we'll see how that works out today. Good morning, this is Chris Stahl. Hope you're doing well. So let's take a look at Coach Wyatt Featherston's lineup today. Batting leadoff again, Tyson Miller. He's in center field. Batting second, the shortstop, George Smith. Batting third, Mikey Ramirez makes a return to the lineup. Had the day off yesterday. In the cleanup spot, the catcher, Hayes Edens. Fifth, Scott Mitchell moves up the lineup a bit. He's been swinging a hot bat. Sixth, Luke Navad at first base. We usually see him at third, but today he's at the other corner position. Seventh, Brian Sanders is at third base, the hot corner. Batting eighth, Luke Ree, he'll be the DH today, and Gabe Casares, the second baseman, to round things out. First pitch from the starter on the mound today for the Athletics, Cooper King, is a ball 1-0. Pitch number 2 on the way in there for a strike, and we'll take a look at who is leading things off for TKB Collegiate. It is Landoli. He is the center fielder. 1-1 pitch, chopped at weakly to the backstop, 1-2. Had a chance to talk with the TKB Collegiate coach. He mentioned that the club has been around since the 60s, so long-standing program. We're happy to have them here at Chansey Park today, as that one misses down low 2-2. They're based out of Watsonville, California, so that is on the eastern shore of Monterey Bay. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed in the dirt. Edens puts on the tag for good measure, and that is out number 1. Cervantes up next for TKB Collegiate. This one's hit to George Smith at short. Here comes the throw over to first in time for out number 2. Quickly two outs here for the A's on defense. They'll certainly appreciate that. Cooper King appreciates that. That'll bring up the 3-hitter, Hartke. He's playing right field for today's contest. Hartke out of West Valley College. First pitch he sees down, 1-0. This pitch elevated. Hartke able to stay off of that one. So 2-0. King has 11 innings of work so far this season. This is his third start on the year. 13 strikeouts to 11 walks. Comebacker to King. He's able to knock it down with his glove. There's the throw over to first in time for out number 3. And sorry for missing that action at the plate. Just realized I headed at first base. But that is a quick 1-2-3 inning for Cooper King. Just what the A's needed to get things started here. And they're going to try and keep the good vibrations rolling here today as they go to the bottom of the first, looking to strike first. All right, here we go. Bottom of the first, and Tyson Miller laced one right into the pitcher's mitt. Great play on that quick comebacker. And wow, quickly one out there for the A's in this one. So one pitch, one out. Tyson Miller just laced one to the pitcher, but nothing coming of that. First pitch to the new batter, George Smith, on the way. That one misses for a ball, 1-0. George Smith has had himself a great week so far, 6 for 11 at bat. That is north of getting a hit once every 2 at bats, and a team leading 6 RBIs for the week through 3 games. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed in the dirt, 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch on the way, slider breaks 2 down low, 2-2. Taking a look at TKB Collegiate's pitcher, it is going to be Hernandez that gets the start on the bump. Chopped foul by Smith, 2-2. It'll remain. And we'll take a look around that infield. As mentioned, Hernandez on the bump. Dyer is behind the dish. Over at first base, Parmenter. Second base, Cervantes. Shortstop, Cruz. Over at the hot corner, Ortiz. As the 2-2's on the way, fouled into the screen. 2-2 yet again. Then moving it out to the outfield. Well, I guess never mind. That looked like that was fouled, but it took a heck of a ricochet off of George Smith, so that's a hit by pitch. I guess he was able to check his swing just enough and perhaps went off of a guard on his wrist or something like that. That was rather bizarre, but first base runner of this ball game is George Smith with one down here, and Mikey Ramirez is coming up to bat. But just to finish off that defensive lineup for TKB Collegiate, left field Pang, center field Landoli, and right field Hartke. First pitch to Mikey Ramirez is a strike, 0-1. And we know George Smith likes to fly around those base paths, so we'll see if he decides to go at any time during this inning, or even during Mikey Ramirez's at bat. So 1-1 is the count to Ramirez. Hernandez's pitch on the way, up high, down the middle. Fouled straight back into the screen and actually hit my canopy, and a piece of plastic broke off. Well, I sure hope that's not. Oh, I see where it popped up. Okay. Well, I'll have to try and make a fix during that in between innings. But it's still stable and sturdy, so no worries. George Smith is caught in a pickle here, folks. He is going to try and get in the second. No go throw in time to the second baseman covering. He's tagged out. George Smith was caught leading on that one, and it cost him. As I mentioned, he likes to go around those base paths and was trying to extend that lead before getting the secondary lead, and he pays the price. Picked off out for this inning, 2 outs in this inning. So now 2 outs for Mikey Ramirez at bat. He takes the ball right there. Count evens up 2-2. 2-2 pitch, chopped foul towards the TKB dugout. So Ramirez had the day off yesterday, but in the 2 games before that was batting well as well, 4 for 8 and 3 RBIs of his own. Swing and a miss on that slider. Good pitch there from Hernandez, and that'll retire the side. Athletics go down 1-2-3 in that inning, but not conventionally. George Smith got on base, but gets picked off. So score remains 0-0 as we head to the second inning. All right, top of the second, both Athletics and TKB Collegiate went down 1-2-3 in that inning, although, as mentioned before, heading to break, not conventionally for the A's. But anyways, cleanup hitter is up leading things off. It is the shortstop Cruz as he takes a first pitch strike. This one's chopped over to Sanders at third, who backhands it, throws it over to first. Good play, out number one. All right, so after that ground out to third, Parmenter, the first baseman, coming up. First pitch strike for him. Looking really smooth and in command here early on. Fires in a fastball down low in the zone for strike two. Quickly down 0-2 is Parmenter. What's King going to go with? Tries another one. Looked like that might have been a changeup. Foul tip into the glove. Strikeout, 2 down. Quickly 2 down here for the A's on defense. King's first pitch. Tries the hard stuff down low. Ball one. Sorry, folks. Throat was a little itchy there. Had to take a swig of water. We're back 2-0 is the count now to the new batter. Yeah, I see that as well. It says that YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Not too sure what that means, but I can try and resolve that in between innings. Swing and a miss there. Cooper King has gotten back. This one chopped over to Sanders, but out of reach in foul ground. The batter up for TKB is Ortiz, the third baseman. Popped up. Cooper King points at it. Navad calls for it on the infield grass to the dirt. He somehow manages to secure that as he stumbles to the ground. And that is the end of this inning. Cooper King able to bounce back in that count from 3-0, gets him to pop up. 1-2-3, they go down once again, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. A's up to bat. Hey folks, we're back with the bottom of the second. So it looks like we're having some connectivity issues. I'm going to go ahead and stream this bottom of the second inning, and then I will likely restart this stream to see if that will help connectivity issues better. Just in, I reckon, technical speak, the bit rate is operating too low, which never had this issue at Chansey Park until today. So Edens was the leadoff batter there. He swings and misses, goes down on 3 straight strikes, 1 down. Two strikeouts here for Hernandez early. Second batter of this inning will be Scott Mitchell. First pitch he sees is called strike, 0-1. And mentioned it a couple times, but it keeps on being worth mentioning. Mitchell is hitting the ball really well since his comeback this week. As a matter of fact, hitting so well, it's above 500 for the week, 7 for 13 at the plate, and he has 5 RBIs to pair with that. He takes that 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. This one in the dirt yet again, so 2-2. And it's, for some reason now, it's telling me excellent connection. So, okay, now it goes back to this. So, yeah, if you don't mind, just let me know what the stream is doing so I can try and work on that and resolve it. Thank you for the comment of making me aware of that. But yeah, if you could give me updates in the chat to see how the stream is going. 2-2 pitch, chopped foul. That's back-to-back foul balls for Mitchell, so 2-2. Pitch on the way, slider swung on and missed. Hernandez has got that slider going really well. Good depth on it and just dropping away from the batter's bat late to get the swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts in this inning, 3 strikeouts in a row if we go back to the bottom of the first for Hernandez. So he is certainly in the zone. Luke Navad is going to dig in to try and change all that. First pitch to him on the outside part of the plate misses for a ball, 1-0. Navad batting 2 for 9 this week with 3 RBIs. 2 seamer catches the outside part of the plate, 1-1. Slider cut on and missed there, 1-2. Well, it may be a bit of an early adjustment from a guy who's just announcing baseball, certainly not a coach or anything, as this one's fouled over, but that slider looks to be like a handful. Wonder if moving up in the box could be something to counter that last little bite to it. He threw another slider there. Nevada was on top of that one, but a little too early, fouled over to the left side. One-two pitch is poked at. Might drop for a bloop single. Left fielder's on the run. Yes, it does. Good 2-strike hitting there from Nevada. Just got the bat on it and let the ball do the rest of the work. Found a nice gap in between the center fielder, left fielder, and shortstop. 2-out base hit for Nevada. And Brian Sanders digging in now for the Athletics. Sanders 2 for 8 on this week. Couple of 0 for 2 days, but 2 for 4 on Wednesday in that round, scoring 5 in the ninth to walk it off, and he had the hits, a opposite field double that cashed in 2 RBIs. This one's blasted out to left field. Is it going to be out of here? No, it's off the top of the wall. Umpire says no, it's not out of here. Navad coming around to score. Is the throw going to be in time? No, it's not. Shortstop eats it. Sanders is at second. Another big hit for him right when I was talking about a big double for him on Wednesday. Excellent 2-out hitting here for the A's. Catches in the first run of this game. 1-0. They're on top early. So with 2 down, Luke Ree is up. Slider catches some part of the plate. 0-1. We usually see Ree playing in the field. Started out in center field for the season. Has recently played right field, but today he is the DH. Out in front of that one does get a piece of it. Weak dribbler back to the backstop. 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch from Hernandez. Hit out to left center field. Does the center fielder have a play on it? He caught it on the dive. Wow, fantastic play there. Landoli with the fantastic dive and catch on that one. Wish we had a better camera angle of that because that was a beauty. Could have been another run there for the Athletics, but Landoli saves a run from coming across the board. But Athletics do get 1 run on the board, so they lead here early 1-0, going to the top of the third.
He's up for third and getting 7 over. Staggering hard stuff.
All right, top of the third, 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for TKB Collegiate. And this one is hammered out to center field, but might hang up long enough for Miller. Yes, it does. Out number 1. One pitch, one down here for Cooper King and the A's in the top of the third. So with that, that'll bring up the catcher, Dyer. Dyer out of Cal State East Bay. This one popped up in the field. Cooper King says, "Who's got it?" Luke Navad says he's got it, but wow. Wow, 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 wow. Luke Navad called out for that one. He did catch it, by the way, but he called out for that one, and Gabe Casares just kind of stayed in his way, and that was a awkward bit of collision and gymnastics there, if you will, but it got the job done somehow. 2 down here for the A's. All right, so after all of that excitement, that brings up the left fielder Pang, the 9-hole hitter. Interestingly enough, our big Jumbotron in left center field is off right now. Definitely not a power issue because I still have power coming into my devices anyways. I've lost track of the count now since it's not up there. We'll see if the umpire can give us a signal here. That one's for sure a ball. Hey, look at that. We got some action on the scoreboard here. See if our third base camera can pick that up. Nope, just out of frame. Well, no need to know the count anymore because that's ball 4. Runner takes his base, first base runner of the game for TKB Collegiate. All right, so back to the top of the lineup here. Landoli, center fielder, digging in for his second at bat of the game. He struck out to lead things off here in the ball game. Chopped foul into the third base seat, 0-1. This one popped up. Will it stay in play? No, it won't. Quickly 0-2 now. Tell you what, that seeing the game feed on the Jumbotron looked pretty dang cool there. Wouldn't mind watching an NBA Finals or Stanley Cup Final on that screen. This one's chopped over to the left side of the field. Casares with the field throw over to first. Navad had to stretch out his legs on that one to keep his foot on the bag and catch it, but he gets it done. And that is 3 outs for this inning. So one base runner gets on for TKB, but no problem for the A's. They're out of that one. Going to the bottom of the third, looking to extend their 1-0 lead. All right, bottom of the third, 9-hole hitter for the Athletics due up. That is Gabe Casares, and I do see we're still having glitching issues, so I will, for certain, after the end of this inning, I am going to stop the stream and then I will restart it, and hopefully we are having much better results then. I'm not too sure if it keeps on going, if there's anything I'll be able to do on my end, because it's looking like it's an issue with the Wi-Fi and the connection, so I do apologize for that. 101 is the count to Caceres. He takes that off speed. It catches the bottom of the zone 1 and 2. Caceres, 2 starts so far this week. He had the middle one off. This one fouled to the screen, remains 1 and 2. So in his 2 games, he went 2 for 6, getting those 2 hits yesterday, and has cashed in 2 RBIs as well. This one chopped over to the third baseman. He makes the play, throws over to first in time for out number 1. Sorry about that. Fat fingered some of the base and out numbers there. Now it's correct. 1 out and no runners on base. One down, Tyson Miller, the number 1 hitter in this lineup, up to bat. This one chopped over to the first baseman. He's going to throw it on over to first in time for out number 2. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down. Ground out to third, ground out to second, 2 down. George Smith stepping into the box. So I've mentioned how some of the batters have been doing this series, but taking a look as a whole, in the 3 games we've had at home so far, they are 30 for 82. That is just for the starters starting today. I wasn't able to calculate in other people that made appearances. Like, for example, I know Julian Rodriguez played some this series. But just for today's starters, they are combined 30 for 82 for a 368 average, which is what they certainly needed after a rough week last week. Good to see they are back in swinging form. That 1-1 pitch is a slider that catches the outside part of the plate, 1 and 2. Okay, good to see it's better now. If y'all let me know that it's getting bad again, then I reckon I will shut it down at that point, because I don't want it to keep bouncing in between good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. But I do see there is excellent connection at the moment, so hopefully we keep that going. This one is hit out to center field, base hit for George Smith. He will round first, but stay at first. So George Smith will be the 3rd hit of this game for the Athletics. 2nd time he's gotten on base, hit by pitch, and a single. So with Smith at first, Mikey Ramirez up for his 2nd at-bat of the game. First pitch to him is a strike. Ramirez struck out to end the 1st inning. Smith sliding back into first. Looked a little bit close there, but he gets in just fine. Seamer catches the low and outside corner, 0-2. Boy, that had some firm tail on that one. It was really nice pitch there from Hernandez. Definitely looks like he has a good pitch selection here, but A's were able to get to him early with that first run last inning. Hernandez buries that one for a ball, 1-2. Hernandez checks back on Smith over at first. He is safe yet again. Throw back to Hernandez from the first baseman. Chopped, but foul. Hernandez's pitch on the way, buried in the dirt. George Smith is going to take advantage of that ball in the dirt. It was a good block from the catcher, but still doesn't hold George Smith at bay. He swipes second base. So now 2-2 is the count, and Hernandez comes home. This one chopped foul. Looked to be potentially an inside call for a ball, but Hernandez not wanting to take any chances on getting rung up on a call. Swung on that one, keeps it alive, 2-2. This one down low in the zone, 3-2. Hernandez coming up with oh goodness sakes, Ramirez. Sorry about that. Ramirez the batter, Hernandez the pitcher. Ramirez, who I'm referring to, coming up with a nice at-bat here, working some pitches. 3-2 gets rung up on the outside part of the plate. That does it for this inning. So backwards K for Ramirez, his second strikeout in 3 innings. George Smith got on base yet again, got to second base this time, but nothing doing for the A's here. They're still up 1-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. Top of the fourth, King's first pitch, dotted in there for a strike, 0-1. Batter for TKB to lead off this inning is Cervantes, the second batter in the lineup, and second baseman as well. King gets a swing and a miss there, 0-2. This one chopped down the left field line. It might drop down. No, it won't. Scott Mitchell gets there in time for out number 1. Fly out to Scotty Mitchell brings up the right fielder, Cody Hartig. Might be Hartkey, not too sure. Apologize if his folks are listening. First pitch to him, anyways, 0-1 for the King. Did he go? First base umpire says no, 1-1. This one fouled into the seats. Hartkey's first time up, he grounded out to Cooper King. That was that hot shot comebacker that bounced off his glove, and he was able to get to it and throw it over to Nevada. That pitch ate some dirt on that one, but Eden's able to clean it up, scoop it up. 2-2 now the count. King quickly working back, pitch on the way, gets him low and outside with that pitch. So now 2 down, third strikeout for King, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, shortstop Cruz. Swing and a miss there, strike one. Cruz out of Cabrillo College down in Ventura. 0-1 count. Bender gets the call there. King quickly 0-2 here, one pitch away from another 1-2-3 inning and being out of this one. Tried to extend that strike zone there on that one based off of that last pitch, but no go there, 1-2. Comes back, 1-2, challenges him with some hard stuff up and high in the zone. One and two pitch, gets him on that one. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. Cooper King is feeling it today. Fourth strikeout for him. Back-to-back strikeouts to end this inning. And he is a buzzsaw on that mound today. Feeling it. Doing really good. His team on offense has him a lead so far, but looking to give him an even bigger lead as we go to the bottom of the fourth. All right, folks, if you can still hear me, I see that we're still having buffering issues. Very unfortunate. Apologies for that. I am going to, I know I've said it a couple times, but it seems like every time I'm saying I'm going to shut it down, then it starts getting better. And then it's like, okay, we can run with it. And then it starts getting buffery again. So I don't want you to miss any action, so I am going to broadcast this bottom of the fourth inning here with Hayes Edens up to bat right now. But we're going to have to try some restart the stream once the A's are done on offense here. First pitch to Edens there was a strike. It was a two-seamer. Second one misses down low and in, 1-1. Eden's first at bats, he started out the second inning, struck out. For this week, he is 2 for 10, so that's 200 batting average. This one's chopped up the middle. Shortstop fields it, throws it over to first. Safe. Eden's able to beat that one out, and he is the leadoff hitter base runner for this inning. All right, so Scott Mitchell digging in now, looking to join Eden's on the base paths. This one gets to the backstop. Eden's easily into second base. Well, that definitely looked like a ball that the catcher could have had there. I saw him just pat his glove there, so I think he thinks that as well. But A's will certainly take it. Edens moves up 90 feet on that pass ball, and now Mitchell has a runner in scoring position. He's had himself 5 RBIs in 3 games this week. Why not add another one? I'm sure he's thinking. Out that last pitch into the seats. So 1-1 now the count. This one looked like a slider that gets in there. Strike 2. Hernandez taking a peek over at Eden. Second baseman retreats back to his normal position. Mitchell lines a base hit over there into left field. He's going to get first base. Edens will stay at third, as it was a shallow hit. No chance for him to score. But runners on first and third. That Luke Nevada coming up with a great chance to extend the Athletics lead. Hard two-seamer, but misses on the outside part of the plate. 1-0. This one to the third baseman, hot shot over there. He rolls it over to 2, rolls it over to 1. That's a double play, and Edens didn't have a chance to try and score on that one. So very effective outs there for TKB. They are quickly out of the worst jam. Double play, 2 outs. That was 5-4-3 double play ball hit by Nevada. So Mitchell out, Nevada, of course, out since he hit that. Edens remains at third, 2 down. Brian Sanders now digging in. He finds himself quickly down 0-2 in this count. First at bat for him, had an RBI double, responsible for driving in the only run of this ball game. This one in foul territory. Does the first baseman have a chance? It is in play, but misplayed it. Bounced over him. Foul ball. The count remains 0-2. Hernandez is in the windup with a runner on third. No threat of Eden stealing here. Comes home. This one gets by the catcher. Here comes Eden's home. He's going to score. Looks like Hernandez might have spiked a slider there, and no chance for the catcher to stop that one. 5-hold him back to the screen. Edens comes home to score 2-0 Athletics. All right, so base is now cleared, and Sanders watches another ball go by, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Sanders looked to be out in front of that one. Could have been a changeup. So Hernandez gets the third out there by himself. Strikeout there for him, his 5th of the game. So solid numbers for him, but Athletics able to scratch another one across the board. So 2-0. as they come up for the top of the fifth. Cooper King back on the mound. He is feeling it. And also